Hello there. I think I'm actually live on Facebook, and as promised, I'm here to interview the amazing, fabulous Joan Kennedy, artist, who is a fellow member of the Bloom's Art House Collective. We're a group of 11 professional artists from across the globe, and we are having an art event, an online art event, this coming Saturday, the 26th of September, at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. UK time, that's GMT +1. And it's going to be an amazing opportunity, not only to see our work, but also to meet us face to face, the artists, and ask questions that you may have never dared to ask in a gallery. You may have been intimidated before. So it's going to be by ticket, because it's a Zoom call, but not as you know it. And you will need a ticket to join us, and you can get those tickets, which are free, on Eventbrite. I can see Joan saying hello now. She's waiting to join the call. And so we'll put the link in the comments after this video so that you can get your free tickets to join us on Saturday, and we look forward to seeing you then. It is a live event, I will stress that now. It is not going to be recorded, so you really do need to get your ticket and join us for that. So I'm just going to get Joan on camera here, and I have invited her, so in a moment we should get Joan on the screen, and we are going to find out all about her amazing artwork and her the way she works, what she does, you know, on her painting and why she does it, and hear all about that. So Joan, when you're there, do come along. I know it just takes a couple of minutes with Facebook Lives to get the guest on, but she will be joining us in a moment. So in the meantime, as I say, we have got 11 professional artists on Saturday from Australia, Italy, the UK and Canada. So we're across the globe. It'll be a good chance to see all of our work. Sam is saying a unique and first of its kind, not to be missed. Excellent, Sammy, absolutely. We have oil painters, myself included, with portraits, and Joan saying no invite. Let me just approve her. There we go. We have colours, even in caustic wax. We'll get more onto that in a minute. Joan, hello, good to see you there.
Hello, we're here at last.
At last we get you on board, so that's good. It works eventually. Technology, huh? So, Joan Kennedy, artist, watercolour, and sometimes mixed media, I think, and primarily animals, wildlife, UK wildlife, but I think maybe some more exotic species as well. Sam is saying hello.
Hi, Sammy.
So can you just tell me a little bit about your work, Joan, and what inspires you? As I say, I know that you do animals, but you know, what sort of really appeals to you most about the animals that you paint? Is it cuteness? Is it wildlife that's under threat? Sorry, I don't want to preempt what you were going to say.
Yeah.
So I'll be quiet now and let you take over.
No, I love listening to you, Fiona. I guess I don't know. I love all kinds of animals. You know, and it depends on. I mean, I have like this one. I don't know if you can see, is Elvis in the background there, and he's one of my first ones that
Just move him in a little bit, Joan, because he's cut off with the being on the double screen. That's better. Now we can see him. Brilliant.
Yeah. You know, and it's, I guess, I don't know why, but it was just all the colours of the feathers and the colours. It's colour really that draws me in. But equally, I mean, the photographs that I use, a lot of the time, they're, you know, they're free license photos that are gifted by fabulous photographers who are willing to allow us as artists to use. You know, I won't just use a photograph if I haven't got the permission. Yeah. And so when I go through photos, it's just something, probably just I don't know what it is. It's just the spirit of the animal just comes through, and I just think, gosh, I have to paint it. Probably a bit like yourself, Fiona, when you are painting these magnificent dogs, you know, these dog portraits. I think it depends on what you just get the perfect photo and you think, gosh, I just want to paint that, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
um,
absolutely.
so I can't really say it's one thing that inspires me. It can be just the crazy look of an animal. You know, I recently I did two donkeys, and you know, and they just look kind of really kind of stupid looking, and so they're called like two wonky donkeys. You know, but then I've also done this fox that lives out in Arctic fox, and I kind of when I painted that one, I was thinking of, you know, I was thinking of the fur trade. I was thinking of all that kind of thing, and I just want it out there that we cannot be destroying this world. We cannot be so cruel to animals. It's another passion that I have. So so that's my message really, and I kind of find that it evolves really. It's like with my book that I did, the Scruffy Dog story, and then I was recently thinking about, you know, what is my story myself, and it's I was thinking back of when I went to China and I met this woman who has set up this charity, and she's got like 140 dogs.
Wow.
Which she captured. She managed to stop this truckload of dogs which were going to the meat trade. And you know, and it's that, and I think to myself, that message needs to get out, and if I can get my book into China and get it sold, I want to help her to somehow educate people that that's not, it's not right. So
yeah, and
kind of a lot of messages that I have going on at the moment, I suppose you could say.
And part of some of their treatment of animals could be what's landed us in a lockdown situation again at the moment, of course. But
yeah. I've always had a passion, a love for animals. You know, I mean, yes, I eat fish, but you know, I haven't eaten meat in 40 odd years. So I became you know, vegetarian when I was 12. So it's kind of, even since that age, I just, you know, just didn't want cruelty, and it kind of, I thought, where does my food come from, and that. So it's kind of probably a big part of me is my love for animals, and that's what I tend to, you know, go down that route really, more so than painting people. Yeah. I like animals better than people most times.
Well,
for artists.
They can be nicer. But just for people that have just jumped on in the meantime, I'm here interviewing Joan Kennedy, artist, who's a member of our Blooms group, our collective, and we're also just letting you know about our online art show this weekend, this Saturday. And there will be a link in the comments for you to be able to sign up for a ticket. It's free, and there will be 11 professional international artists taking part. So do have a look in the comments afterwards and sign up for your ticket. It's going to be an amazing, exciting event. So back to you, Joan. I believe that you also have some rather lovely titles for some of your works as well, like your fox, your red fox.
Yeah, my little redhead.
Yeah.
I've got a little redhead. I've just finished one called Freddie, because I don't know why it reminded me of Freddie Mercury. So that's the latest one. But yes, the little redhead. And that came about because I've been teaching babies and toddlers through music, and help parents with their child development. I've been doing that for like 19 years. Because of COVID, I've stopped. But there was one mum who loved my work, bought my work, and bought my art. And her little boy, who had red hair, told me how much he loved foxes. So I painted this fox, and I called it Little Redhead after him, really.
Excellent. And your rooster behind you said is called Elvis?
And Elvis. You know, I remember Elvis when he was kind of dressed in his white kind of jumpsuit, you know. I just think that this here is kind of like, I could just picture him with a mic in his hand, you know.
And your hedgehog?
Oh, Colin the hedgehog, yes.
Colin, yes.
Yeah, Colin. He's after my brother, yeah.
I just think the names are just amazing. They're just so lovely. So, yeah. And I think as well as like the ethical treatment of animals, you're also very passionate about climate change as well. And hopefully your art can help influence people for the better in that respect as well.
I hope so. We all have to do our bit, and all the plastics in the sea, we all have to try. And I know it's you kind of think, well, it's only me not putting plastics in the bin, or I mean, sure, they say put plastics in the bin, but actually, if it's only me and it's only you and there's only so many onlys, if we come together, hopefully make a bit of a difference,
A snowball effect, hopefully.
Yeah. Whew, I've got dog hair on my nose, so the dog's been jumping up and down.
And I believe that you also do giclée prints of your work as well, which so how are they different from ordinary prints, would you say?
Right, yeah, I get that. Most of my prints are giclée, like this is giclée, and basically the difference between a giclée and an ordinary Epson printer, sorry, just knock this off, is that I get it printed in a gallery, and because of that, he's got this massive big printer which has something like 15 inks, and it's blasted into the paper. It's heritage watercolor paper, what I have mine printed on. But because it's blasted in, it's like pumped in or whatever that he does, it gives it such a realistic closeness to the original that sometimes I can't even tell sometimes it looks better than the original as well. But the amazing thing is it won't fade. It'll last. He guarantees me 200 years. I guarantee 100 because I just thinking just in case someone brings it back,
You'll be sitting waiting for them, won't you?
You know yourself, sitting there knitting away, in the old folks' home.
Yeah.
But so it's just this vibrancy when people look at my work and they think it's an original, and I say because it looks more original than the original. And sometimes I do recommend buying giclée because sometimes you never know what all sorts of stuff goes on the original painting, and it could fall to bits, whereas the print will last. Or what I would say actually, just as a tip for people, for anyone who buys art, original art, is get a copy done just to have in case something were to happen to the original, that at least something like if you have like what you have when you do these fantastic dog portraits, they're there because perhaps somebody's lost their dog and they've got that. Well, how awful if anything was to happen to that piece that they've created. So I'm sure you agree, get a copy done, would you say?
Well, I would have photographic, evidence of the painting, so it would be possible to do a print if it really came to it. Let's hope that doesn't happen to our original works, of course, but
falling off the wall and all,
But I have heard of some watercolor artists that use, salt and bleach and all sorts of things in with their work, which hopefully they've trialed it and it's all very safe for the painting. But there must be some people that I'm sure aren't quite as careful as you are with what you use to actually make the painting in the first place. So,
and with watercolor in particular, I think it can fade, so you don't want to put it in direct. Well, I'm sure that's the same with even oils, isn't it? You don't put them in direct sunlight because last place you want to put a painting is in a conservatory.
Absolutely, because all the paints, whether it's watercolor, acrylic, oils, they all have the same pigments in there, so they're all subject to the same risk of fading. So that's a good tip for anybody that's watching. Never hang your artworks in direct sunlight. So if you want them to last and keep the same colours, just don't do that, and then they should last a very long time. And Joan, you've done one book already, your Scruffy Dog Story, and I believe you've got something else just sort of in the pipeline that may be coming out sometime, maybe next year or something.
Yeah, I mean, my plan was to have this second book about a mouse who follows his dreams. My plan was to have it ready before Christmas, but then had a spanner in the works because I was then told, would I send a load of work to China for there's two big exhibitions happening over there. So I can't do everything. So I started the book and I was in the zone, and I thought, flipping heck, it's nearly Christmas. So that's had to go to one side, and we'll see. If I'd rather sort of make sure I do it right and take my time getting it out than half-heartedly just shooting it out there. But
absolutely. Yeah.
The first one took 2 years, so I suppose, hey, this is, but it does take a long time. It takes so long, really. Well, for me, it does. Because not only have I just written the story actually doesn't take me long. I feel I can make up a story fairly quick, but it's the rest of it. It's the art, and it's getting over the painting of wondering, like, is it good enough? Maybe it's not. Maybe starting again, and hey ho.
Well, maybe after the call you can put a link in for your book that is available now in the comments below. That'd be lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, anything else that you'd like to tell us at the moment, or do you want to reserve some bits of wonderful information for Saturday for people that are going to come along and visit?
I think the only thing I will say is let's tell people about these 11 amazing artists, what they are in for, because wow, I mean, I just love your work. It's just incredible, and it's like so different to anybody else that's going to be coming on Saturday, because we have somebody who does paints her face, and she paints images that are famous, aren't they? Famous paintings on her face, which are in a book.
And she does abstract work as well. She does some abstract work as well.
Right,
paintings. And then we've got Sammy, who's an amazing abstract artist. So I believe you interviewed her.
Incredible. She researches and writes a whole story, pages and pages of a story before she actually puts, I was going to say pen to paper, but brush to canvas, or her knives and all. And I think that's, that whole passion of working for the piece before you actually even paint it, it kind of really brings it home to me that I really, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it annoys me then when people can just maybe go and take a photograph of that piece and then think, oh yeah, I can do something with that, when all the hours and the days and the work goes into our work,
Absolutely.
It's not something that really should be just taken, so yes, so Sammy's amazing work. And then we have someone else who paints with wax.
Yes, in caustic wax. And we've also got Katie, who said hello to us just now. And Katie does textile paintings. I think we still call them, well, artworks rather than paintings, but she paints with fabric and thread and makes these wonderful, vibrant paintings of landscapes and animals. They're incredible, have to be seen to be believed. Anne-Marie, who's just on as well, who does some acrylic paintings and a bit of digital, but mainly acrylic. You've seen her wonderful mermaids and goddesses, and her mandalas as well, which are just really lovely. And then we have Elisa, who does charcoal drawings and acrylic paintings, and she focuses on women and women's souls and feelings, and puts just so much emotion into her paintings. They're absolutely amazing. We have a fiber artist who does animal sculptures from wool, and they are so lifelike. And you think of wool and it's soft and fluffy, but these are really solid, the process that she uses. Find out more about that on Saturday. Come and join us.
That's incredible, isn't it? It looks like such a real, I mean, it looks like is it taxidermist, because the way they look so real. And the thing that I think is so wonderful is, like Elisa, as you were saying, she's based in Italy, and then we've got 2 Canadian artists. We've got a fabulous watercolor artist in Australia. My gosh, I mean, how incredible! But people need to know that, like, this is like a 2-hour journey, isn't it? That they can go from one studio into another, but they don't have to actually talk to us if they don't want to. I hope they do, but
absolutely. And if they'd like to buy some work, we'd be very pleased, but there's no pressure to buy. It's more meet us, connect with us, learn about art in a really friendly, relaxed environment. No intimidating gallery owner looking down a snooty nose at you like, should you be in here? We're just really friendly, and you can move around the different artists and chat to them. And don't forget, we also have another artist from Canada who does wonderful acrylic coastal paintings, which
Oh,
is
I love
again
those.
lovely, colourful, vibrant work as well. So we've just got such a selection. Have I missed anybody out? I hope not, because I should be really miffed with myself if I've missed anybody. And if I have now, I apologise, but I do hope I haven't.
No, I think we've covered everybody, haven't we?
Oh,
I love those I love the coastal paintings that Renee does, because living in the Midlands, I'm away from the sea, and I really miss, my original background being from Dublin. I used to work down the docks.
right.
Yeah, I used to do imports and exports, and then met my husband through transport, and he imported me over here. But like, I used to be literally 5 minutes from the sea.
Wow,
And that's
lovely.
that's where at lunchtime I go and do sketching, and anything. I just used to sketch and paint, and anything I did I sold over 50 paintings over there. And that's why
Great.
I kept the name Joan Kennedy, because because I thought, well, in case any of the paintings are still over there and people want to ever look me up,
Yeah,
they can still see the trail that I've left behind.
yeah. Sam is saying, bring your glass of bubbles to the evening session on Saturday. So should be
Yes.
fun, should be fun. And we did touch briefly on Julie, who does encaustic wax paintings. So she paints with beeswax. And I'm not going to tell you any more about that. There is an interview online that you can watch, although there were a few internet problems with it. So unfortunately, it's not as good as it could be, which is nobody's fault apart from the internet. But I'm not going to tell you more about that, because you really need to come on Saturday and speak to her and find out all about it. She's really interesting to talk to, and her work is amazing.
Mm.
So
They all are, in fairness.
yeah, yeah,
My only disappointment is, because I'm going to be in my own studio, I can't hop out and go around and see everybody's.
yeah,
So it's a
yeah.
pity, but anyway.
So there we
Yes.
are. It's been great to interview you, Joan. Thank you so much. And just to remind everybody again, I think we've had some new people come on partway through.
Right.
Our international art show, our Art House Collective show, is on this Saturday, the 26th of September, 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. UK time, which is GMT +1. So if you look on your phone's clock, you can normally see what time other places are. If you look up London, you'll get the right time. 11 of us, professional artists, and just wonderful work. It's live, it's not recorded. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. There'll be a link below, and it's free. So come and join us. We'd love to see you there. We'll be waiting for you on Saturday.
Going to be fun.
It will indeed. So thanks ever so much, Joan. It's been lovely to speak to you.
Thanks, Fiona.
Hopefully see you all soon. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoyed all your comments. Sorry I couldn't keep interrupting to answer them while Joan was talking. So that's me being polite. Anyway, take care. Hope to see you soon.
All the best.
Bye. Bye, Joan. Bye.